So I'm in Westdean today at the Westdean Nature Reserve, and I've had to park a little bit way down the road. There's some parking down there. You can hear my poocho just here with me, but I probably could have parked just here, I don't know. But I'm going to do the walk up to Lynch Down. Now I'm using a map from Outdoor Active, and somebody's already marked out this track. The thing in England, or at least what I've found when I've done countryside walks, there is a country code and you do have to follow it, but I end up on paths like this one where it doesn't really look like a path. Okay, so it turns out that I definitely wasn't on a path. I kept walking on that path and went, hang on a second, I can see a path to my left and I think that might be it. This looks more like a typical path. You do end up sometimes in fields like that don't really have a path, so it isn't uncommon. However, I definitely took the wrong path. So that's not a great start to my walk, but also not unheard of for me. So when I left my house this morning, it was lovely and sunny, and I was like, perfect. I was expecting it to be really stormy and rainy today. And since parking up and getting my shit together, it's gone really grey. From about the 17th century, I think, Westdean Estate, although Westdean Estate's private, but the area has been known as a copse or a coppicing, and they have a lot of hazel here, which is some of the stuff that they coppice. And I believe that this fencing just here is probably hazel. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know by looking over into the area over there that it is there's hazel in there, and hazel, as far as I'm aware, is used for things like this. But also was used, I think, for arrows, bows and arrows and things like that. I'm not 100% sure. A couple of years ago, a long time ago actually, I did a wilderness survival course, and we actually used the hazel to build our little hut. And that's something else you see a lot in the woodlands here, random little huts. And I assume that it's from people who have been doing woodland adventures or scouts or girl guiding or something similar, and they would be using the hazel in the wood to create those. All of that through there, I believe, is probably the private land. Maybe this little plaque. No, there's nothing on the plaque, but on the sign there it definitely says Westdean Estate, private use of way. So I think that's where they do, and also here, look, that's where they probably do most of the work. But there are obviously paths like this one where you can walk and get to enjoy the beautiful surroundings. That's what I love seeing, all those pine trees. You can see a bit of rain at the minute as well, maybe even hear it. Right now I'm not really sure which way I want to go. I like the look of that direction because it goes through some pine trees, but I know that that way takes me a bit more directly up the hill. So I'm going to have a look at my map and just work out, if I go that way, how much of a detour it's going to be. So it turns out I need to go the non-pine tree way. I still get to look at it to my left, because when I looked at the map, this was green, whereas the other one was still there, but typically there was no other signage. And then when I had a look at the actual signs that direct you where to go. It didn't say that you could go down that way. So I can see some pine trees ahead of me, so I'm sure that'll be fine. Said there would be a ruin here, and I believe I found it. Started to rain a bit again, and I don't think it will have a plaque or anything to say what type of ruin it is, but we'll see. Let's have a look. An old house. Just look how close that tree has grown to it. I don't know, I always feel like a little bit eerie when I go to ruins. Because at some point life was here, as in like human life, living, doing things, whatever the space was used for. Dog over there having a good scratch on the tree. Oops, now I'm gonna chase a squirrel. There she goes. She'll be back. It mustn't be too old because there's like bricks, but it could be like where they've repaired it, I suppose, because there's like brick here, and then they've got kind of old school building stuff. See if I can like zoom back out. I think, oh God, I think they're yew trees. I've got to get better at my tree identification. Sometimes I do get a little bit freaked out when I'm filming, but it's going to be one of those shots where like she didn't see what was in the background. So yeah, I always look over my shoulder every now and again just to keep an awareness of my whereabouts. But this is really cool, this bit. Now I know that I said it was mushroom season. Oh, they're so weird. Pheasants. I know I said it was mushroom season, and I was standing over, and I mean, I'm missing all these beautiful shots of these pheasants flying away. Anyway, I know I said it was mushroom season, and there's loads of them about, and then I could see these from a distance, and there's like loads of these like just patched around here. Look at them. Just pop keeps on her lead. Let's see, I want to come over and look at these sheepy. So, just to the right there is the top of the hill, and I can't get to it because it's fenced off. So I'm at the top of the hill, sort of. There's not much of a view from here. I bet if I could get up there I could see a lot. I've got some lovely landscapes on my left there, and obviously all the woodland behind me. This hill is 248 meters, so it's not particularly big hill. The biggest in the South Downs is Black Down, and that is 280. So down in the South Downs there's not big hills, but you can still get some beautiful views if you manage to get to the top of them. So I'm gonna head back down. I pretty much have to go back the way I came. If I see anything interesting on my way, I will obviously share it with you. Otherwise, you'll see me back at my van. Yeah, brilliant. There it is. Totally left that there from earlier and had to walk back to get it. So I'm going to keep walking down this way, I think, and head back to the van, because it's not going to be, the sun's not going to set, so to speak, for a while, for a couple of hours, but it is really overcast, and so it gets pretty dark in these woods. Oh god, big bloody droplets as well. Oh shite. Oh, I'm so glad I've got dry clothes in the van. Oh, there's the car. Oh, a bit more lightning, lovely. Keep away running, stop, slow down honey. You gotta slow down. Oh, okay, we're gonna get there, Oh. So glad I've got decent fucking boots on. The rest of them might be wet, but I've got replacements for all of that. I can see old Betty Bruce. Crash you go. So I've ended up in this beautiful location to have some lunch, or actually it's more likely like dinner, but I know I'll eat a dinner too. So this is really a snack, an afternoon snack. Kiba is absolutely pooped out and she's all wet obviously, so she's lying on my gilet, as they call them, a gilet, a body warmer, and I totally thought that I had forgotten my food, and so I was like, oh no, I forgot my food, but turns out I didn't, and I'm really happy about that. And I was meant to take these apples on the walk with me, totally forgot. That's Kiba's little food box there. And so I've got myself some plum tomatoes and Philadelphia plant-based cream cheese. And I brought myself a beer, and I should have some crackers somewhere, hopefully. Yeah, I do. They're just underneath in the storage. So I'm going to get on with eating my food and relaxing and enjoying this beautiful, beautiful view.